Chefs, what is the beef? Welcome to another live video. Wherever you are, I hope you're keeping well. Monday morning here in Melbourne. Rather fantastic day. But regardless, whether it's night time, morning time, evening time, afternoon, this video is going to be a deep one. It's going to ruffle a couple of feathers. And I'm asking the question, do employers actually give a shit about chefs? You know, I'm asking a very, very hard question, but it's very easy to answer. And we're going to dive into that, and we're going to dive into what you can do to counteract the fact that your employers are not treating you correctly. So do employers care about their chefs? That's first and foremost. Do employers care about their chefs? The reality is, a lot of the times they do not. You know, the reality is they don't. And the problem here, and what I've seen in the past couple of days, and especially since I've started pushing Chef Fit and really trying to make an impact in the industry, I've noticed in hospitality that employers do not give a fuck, yet in the corporate world it's a totally different story. So in the corporate world, if you get a job, let's say in, Facebook, Accenture, one of these fucking corporate companies, not even a bank. Like, the truth is in those situations that those people will be working 40 hours a week. They have holiday pay, they have sick pay, they have fucking benefits to everything that they do. There's all sorts of bonus events that they go through. They get tickets to fucking matches. They get tickets to this event, that event. They have all drinks paid for, social outings. Like, those are the benefits that you get working in a corporate job. And they work 40 hours a week, and if you were to work any more than that, you would get a fuckload, you know what I mean? You would be getting paid for that. And I try and contrast how much these corporate companies take care of their staff and how much they prioritize wellness and bringing in people to talk and educating people, and I compare that to the hospitality industry, and it's fucking non-existent. It's non-fucking existent. And I kind of got a bit frustrated this morning as I was looking at it, because it seems like such an obvious thing. We've got such a massive fucking issue in this industry right now. Tens of thousands in the UK, tens of thousands of chefs are leaving the industry every year. Tens of thousands. Mental health is a fucking enormous problem. Physical health is an enormous fucking problem. Suicide rates are terrifying. Every single one of us, I can probably name off a couple of people, or knows friends of friends, or colleagues, or whatever, or friends of colleagues, or people that in the industry who have committed suicide, and that's fucking scary, and it's not good enough, to be honest. It's a load of bollocks that this industry is forcing people into that situation. Now, the pain of all of this and the truth of your situation right now that is so opposite to that corporate world is that you probably work double those hours that I just mentioned, minimum 60, if not 70 to 80, depending on the time of year. And there's a very, very good chance that you're getting paid a salary, and your contract will say something like 40 to 45 hours a week. So you're already getting paid half of what you're actually fucking working. Now, the trouble with that is that when you add more hours into the mix, it takes less time from yourself. It takes more out of you energy-wise. You end up in a space where you're feeling burnt out, and you add that feeling of burnout and stress over the course of a couple of years, you're going to pick up some shitty habits to cope with it, the same way I used to. Whether that be drugs, you know what I mean? Whether that's fucking smoking weed, whether that's doing coke at the end of your week, pints, drinking on a nightly basis to wind down, smoking cigarettes, binge eating late at night, picking at sugary shit, coffees, fucking Red Bulls, cans of coke. Like, that's the trap that you fall into every single day. And as a result of that, chefs, where you end up is we end up as doing one of those fucking statistics as I was talking about earlier on. Whether you want to leave the industry, you want to go somewhere else and find a new job, you want to give up on the fucking thing that you've been bursting your bollocks for in the past 5 to 10 years, and then you're going to walk away from that, and that's a shit situation to be in. And maybe in some situations with chefs, your mental health gets so bad that it's like you actually don't even want to be here anymore. And for me, that's a fucking disgrace. It's a fucking disgrace. It really is, and it angers me greatly to see it happening in this industry when it's so avoidable, when it's so fixable. It's so fixable. And the first step, I suppose, for yourself right now, chef, before I dive into what you can practically do from your lifestyle point of view about wellness, is just trying to sort the situation out. So think about it. Like, if you think that you're being taken advantage of by your employer, that's a conversation that needs to be had. You know, that's a conversation that needs to be had. People would, the unfortunate thing about human beings is they will fucking get away with what they can get away with. Do you know what I mean? They will actually do what they can get away with. And if you're getting shafted right now, it's probably because you haven't called them out for fucking shafting you. You know, and even if you do have a conversation and it's difficult and maybe it doesn't go the way that you want it to go, that's still you fucking standing up for yourself and going, I'm not going to take this bullshit. You know, you're going to pay me for what the fuck is contracted, and I'm not working any more than that. Or if I am going to work those hours, I want to be getting paid. I demand that I'm not being called in on my day off, and potentially we need to start looking at how the kitchen's organised so people are getting 4-day weeks. Like, that would be the first conversation to happen. The second thing is, and what I see in Chef It on a daily basis, and I knew this when I started it, is eventually I want to change this narrative about chefs, and I want to make this entire industry healthy. You know, that's what I want to do. Now, if you think about that for a second, it's like, I can't change how employers treat their staff, but I can change how the chefs think mindset-wise, and I can change how they live their lives. So the 4-step path that we use with every single chef, and I'll break this down very, very quickly for you, is you start at step 1, chef. If your situation is shit right now, you need to figure out exactly why it's shit. So that's our first step, is getting clear on the facts of your situation. Look at yourself employment-wise. How many hours are you working? How much are you getting paid for? How happy are you in work? How much are you learning? These are questions that are going to get you clear on whether your employment situation is worth fucking sticking around for. Then you need to get clear on your body. It's like, how do you feel about your body on a scale of 1 to 10 if I asked you to run naked down the street? That's going to tell you about your confidence. Where's your health at? Where's your fucking weight at? What size clothes are you wearing? Get clear on, if you were to run around the block, you know, would you have a fucking heart attack or not? Like, get clear on the facts around your body. Then the same thing goes for your mind. It's like, how do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10 getting out of bed in the morning? If the answer is 1, I can't even get out of bed because I'm so depressed, that is at least going to give you some data that you can work with. If it's a 10 and you're happy as Larry, great, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. But you need to get clear on where you're at headspace wise. Once you get clear on the facts, it's about setting specific goals. Body, mind, career, personal. Set specific goals within each of those categories and put a deadline on it. 90 days, 6 months, 12 months. Then, on top of that, once we get through step 1, step 2 is your structure. Mise en place in your personal life. So plan out your days, have a time for each thing to be done, the same way you'd organise yourself in the kitchen. Number 2 is to move every day, something small, 5 to 10 minutes to start off, build it into 15 to 20 minutes, start with a walk or a run, then you can start going to the gym, then you can start mixing up the cardio and the gym. So that's the move every day aspect of it. If you can build a habit out of that, you will change your life completely. The last part of step 2 then is your nutrition. It's like, start structuring in batch cooking. Once a week, I'm going to cook this. Then I'm going to eat my 2 or 3 meals a day. Can you fuck that up? No, you shouldn't fuck that up. So those are the first 2 things that need to happen for you to fix your wellness. And again, if the employer is not going to do it for you, you must do it for yourself, because it's your life that needs saving. Remember that. Step 3 is your environment. If you surround yourself with fucking positive chefs who are pushing towards being healthy, it's a very good chance it's going to start rubbing off on you. Whereas if you spend your time listening to the fucking dickheads, potentially that you work with or that you know, who never stop complaining about shit, who are overly negative, who are just fucking piss poor form all the time, that you are going to end up like that. So you need to start surrounding yourself with chefs who are just like you. Again, Chef It is that group. It's supportive, it's accountability, it's challenging. We're there to fucking push each other on. If you involve yourself, you will make massive, massive changes, and that will start to rub off on you. The last thing then is about your operating system. It's like, over time, by implementing the steps, things start to become habitual, where just getting up and going to the gym starts to become a habit. Waking up and going for your walk or your run starts to become a habit. Batch cooking on a Sunday or a Monday starts to become a habit. These things start to become second nature to you. And once that happens, the habits start to form, everything starts to change. But you need to commit yourself for a long enough period of time and being disciplined to make that happen. That is the 4 steps to you fixing your wellness, chef. Now, if you're at a stage where you want me to show you exactly how to implement that, step 1 through 4, give you that accountability, give you that coaching to make a change where you completely overhaul your lifestyle, then go to the link and click in to do our 90-day challenge, where I will literally challenge you to change your life in 90 days. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Give us a thumbs up on the video, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. We need to be the change in this industry. We need to be the ones who fucking step up. And every single one of you who's able to step up and take control of your life on an individual level, you then set the example for what's possible for other chefs. So be the fucking change that you want to see in the industry. Don't be the one complaining about it. It is bollocks, it is bullshit, it is unfair, but even though it's unfair, if it's not going to change, then we have to fucking do something. So that's what I recommend that everyone does. Take control, take responsibility. Fuck what everyone else is doing and don't expect someone to swoop in and save you. You can fix it yourself if you implement the right path. If you need that path implemented with you, give me a shout. If you don't, obviously, best of luck. Chefs, thank you so much. Peace. Catch you all later.